All right, Claudia joins us early because the recruiting side of the story with Sean Aguano now in charge is huge and Herm Edwards leaving. Claudia, you've been going around the valley to some of the top programs for the last 8, 9 months now in your role of recruiting roundup. And you've also talked just in the last 24 hours with several coaches. What are they saying about Sean Aguano taking over and Herm leaving from a local recruiting standpoint?
Yeah, I spoke with Jason Jewell, Jason Mons, Michael Zadebski, and Rick Garrettson, and they all generally had the same thing to say, which was first of all that they felt for the Edwards family and the coaching staff that was involved with this change. But then they also do have hope for the future of ASU football with this kind of turnover happening right early in the season. Their hope is that they can bring someone in that can come in and make an influence right away. So whether that be Aguano and kind of start the recruiting, that will help things kind of shape up earlier in the season and kind of set things up for next year.
So when you talk about those coaches, Jason Mons, of course, at Swar, Rick Garrettson at Chandler, Jason Jewell at Brophy, and Mike Zadebski at Hamilton, those are four of the power programs. They're not the only power programs, but they're four of the more visible ones in the state. All those coaches at those four schools, they know Sean Aguano, and if so, what were their thoughts on him being named the interim?
Incredibly positive. Even Michael Zadebski at Hamilton, who was a rival with Chandler, had nothing but kind things to say. Basically, everyone had, he's organized, he's a relationship builder, he knows the Arizona high school football landscape. So, from a recruiting standpoint, he would be the guy for the job in their eyes because he's very in tune with Arizona high school football. And so, if we want to start seeing more of that recruitment happening in state, which there is a reputation that ASU is not the best at doing that in recent history, it sounds like they would all be in favor of someone like him stepping into this role long term as the head coach and kind of picking up recruitment in Arizona.
I want to talk about 2022's. The early signing period rather is in mid-December, late signing period next February. Is there anybody in state right now that is considering ASU at the top of the class of 2022?
Not anyone that comes to the top of mind has ASU, even in their top three schools. These guys don't get to see their very own team in their own backyard play on television. You can see teams from across the country play on any given night, well, Saturday night. But ASU, on the other hand, you've got to tune into the Pac-12 network, and many of them don't have that. But Jason Jewell, on the other hand, says that he thinks that because of the NCAA violations, they were already struggling to recruit, and that was more of a concern than just the in-state recruitment process.
You can read Claudia's column on the four coaches she spoke with on sports360az.com. Good job.